Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be using the Natasha Denona Lila palette because I am wearing purple, so I do know what I want to do this morning. This is the beautiful purple color scheme, so let's just jump right into it. So I am going to take the MAC 224 brush. Sorry, trying to get this thing together. We're going to take the MAC 224 brush, and we are going to use the shade, I don't know. Let's do, let's do the last shade on the second row, and it's like this matte taupey type shade. We're going to try to keep it really, really soft so that it doesn't take as long to do the eye look. So I prime my eyes with the Anastasia primer. I like this primer. It works really, really good. So we're going to take that shade and place it and blend it into our crease area. And I'm just blending in circular motions right into the crease and a little bit above the crease area. And don't mind these fingernails. I'm bad at polishing them and keeping them touched up. I'm just going to keep blending. This is a nice taupey type shade. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And we're going just a little bit above this bone on your, right up under your brow bone area. So bone sits right there. So we'll continue to add a little more eyeshadow and just blend. Continue to just blend, blend, blend. And blend in circular motions. Because to me, I find that blending in these circular motions helps diffuse the shadow like really, really good. And it, you know, eliminates that harshness when you place the shadows on your lid. So we're going to take just a little bit more and pack it directly right into that crease. Since we blended most of it upwards above the crease, we want to just make sure we place a little bit more right directly into the crease. So that's perfect. And it's like a taupey light plummy purple shade the more I look at it, because it doesn't look like that in a palette, but it when you place it on your lid, that's what it looks like. So we'll do the same thing for this eye. Blend it, place it, blend it. And you can use any type of fluffy brush. I need to actually go through my brushes and pull out some of these other brushes and start using them. And this, it can be any type of like fluffy, pointy type brush. That way you don't, you're not packing the shadow on your lid. You're actually placing it, and it's kind of like spreading it out a little bit and not actually packing it where you have to blend so much. I really like that shade. So we're going to take a little bit more and place it directly in the crease so it'll look like this eye. And blend. Let's blend a little bit more. I want something really like on the softer side this morning. There's not like, I don't do a whole lot of bold looks anyway when I'm going to work. But I do want a more softer eye look that won't take 20 minutes to blend in place. Because I'm good at it. The time gets away from me when I get to applying shadows. Because then I want to try this color, I want to add this color. And sometimes I forget that I need to be moving a little faster and trying to find simple looks so I can get out the door. And all I'm doing now is just continuing to blend the same shade that I began with, just kind of like building it up. Because I like to build my shadows rather than just place them. It's much easier to build than to continue to blend like all the way out. So now we're going to go in with the BH Cosmetics and just this fluffy brush and just make sure we blend out the edges of this shade that's in our crease area a little bit towards our brow bone area. And this shadow has like no fallout. Now I don't have a lighter shade in this palette, so I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Cream Brulee. And it's just this matte off-white shadow. Ears itching. And we're going to place that right under our brow bone area and going over into the inner corner at the top to set the concealer that we use to set my brows. Like I said, I do want to keep it on the softer side so it doesn't take all day to do this look. And I'm loving my brows today. They really came out pretty good. I'm gonna try to see if I can keep them that way after applying the rest of my face. And all I used this morning was the little CoverGirl eyebrow pencil, which has been like really good for me. And it's already small anyways, but it lasts a long time. So I've been loving it. So now I'm going to go back in with our MAC brush and just blend one more time. We did not add any more shadow. And blend the other side as well. And just making sure these edges are like blended really good. So now we're going to go in with our glitter glue. So I'm going to try to make this simple as possible. Because everybody don't have all the time in the world to be getting up doing a full eyeshadow look with 3 and 4 colors. So I'm going to keep it really simple today. And I have my 2 dollops on my hand. And we're going to place the 1 dollop in the center of my lid, closer to my lash line. And then pat it over my entire eyelid. I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. In a place. And again, y'all, look at these fingernails. I be having time. I just don't make time. And I need to stop that. They say when you know better, you do better. And I'm just making sure the glitter glue is all over my eyelid. So now we're going to go in with, let's do this purple shade. I want to do this, I said soft. So let's go with the second light lavender shade, on the last row, the bottom row. I'm going to clean my finger off of my towel from the glitter glue, my ring finger, and we're going to, ooh, pretty, take this lavender shade and place it on the lid. It's like pretty. I like this. This is a nice shade. So we're going to do the same thing for the other eye. Take the same shadow and pack it on the lid, the entire lid. And I'm just making sure my finger go like right in my crease area, because we're going to go back in with a blending brush and diffuse that crease area with this shadow. I'm all out of frame, and it's okay that it's going like up above my crease, because like I said, we're keeping it to a minimum today, so that's okay. And now I'm gonna go in with, let's go in with this Luxe brush, and it's a 231 small tapered blending brush, and it looks like this. And we're just gonna blend out this crease area with this shimmer shade in circular motions. Just to diffuse out these edges and bring the shimmer up just a bit above the crease. And they're really like on the creamy side. And my eye wants to run today, so I don't think we're going to do any lashes. I'm just blending in circular motions. The same shade. Oh, this eye like it's been running. Yesterday it was this eye, and today is this eye. So now we're going to take this brush back into the same shimmer and make sure we pack it all over our lid. Because I feel like my finger placed it, but it has like a little few gaps in the placement of the shade. And I'm just going up above my crease just a little bit and out. Yeah, that's a difference than with the finger. So we're placing a little bit more and packing it onto our entire lid. Go out a little bit and up right into that crease area and a little bit above it. So that is coming together pretty good. So now we're going to go back in with the MAC 224 brush and just blend out the edges. And I did not apply any more shadow. We're just going to make sure these edges are blended. And these shadows perform really, really good in these Natasha Denona palettes. And I'm just continuing to blend. So now we're going to take a little bit more of the first shade and place it right above the shimmer into the crease, just so we can bring a little more of this shade back to the eyelid. Bring a little depth back into it so you can actually see that shade on your lid. And make sure it's nicely transitioned with that shimmer shade. Okay, so do the same thing for the other eye. I want to just place it. Okay, press a little bit more. I'm liking how soft this look really is. And a little more so we can wrap up the eye look. So now I'm going to go back in with this BH brush with our creme brulee, just to make sure that area is set pretty good and it is transitioning with the matte shade, the taupey light purplish matte shade. So now we're going to take this same brush and just blend right under that brow bone area to make sure everything is seamless. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the eyelid. So we're gonna take our makeup wipe with a little bit of micellar water. I wonder if it feels like it's like really dark in here this morning. I don't know. I feel like my lighting is off. 2 or 3 drops on the wipe. And we will be cleaning up on our eye area. And again, I like to wrap it around my finger. That way I can control the cleanup under my eye. Same thing for the other eye. So now I'm going to clean around our brows area. Same technique. Wrap it around my finger so I can control the wipe and go into the shape of my brows, how I filled them in, the shape that I filled them in and carved them out. That is pretty good. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. I do like how this turned out, but I think I want to add maybe just a tad bit, just a little bit of the deep purple, because I think I do want to like deepen up just a little bit. And we're going to take the second shade on the second row with this Luxe brush, just a little bit, and we're going to place it right in this outer V just to give it a little bit of definition, especially since I'm not going to apply any lashes today. And I just put a little bit more, and I'm putting it on the tip of my brush so we can just place it right in the outer V only and blend it up towards the crease, but keeping it right in that area and not over that crease area. Okay, so I think that did it. Same thing for the other eye. You want to just put it on the tip of the brush and place it and blend it. And you could take any type of purple shades if you have these different tones in your collection and do this same eye look. Okay, so I think that should do it. I think that made it like really pretty. So now I'm going to go back in with a lighter shade just to make sure these 2 shades are blended. And I'm just packing it back on the lid and blending where the shade cuts off at so it'll be seamless. and brighten it up just a little bit and blend it. Okay, so now we're going to clean up one more time around this eye area and move on with the eye look. I do like how everything is blended, so we're going to go back out and finish the rest of our face. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my wing liner and mascara, and I'll be right back on camera to do the rest of our face. See you guys in a bit. So welcome back. I have oiled, moisturized, and primed my skin, and it is ready for my base. So I'm going to zoom you guys in the final look again with the eyeliner and the mascara. I did not apply any falsies today because my eyes are like really irritated. So we're not going to do that this morning. So to move on with the face, like I said, I've already added all my moisturizers and oils and stuff like that. So we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place. I've been using this the last couple of days, and I've been enjoying the stick foundations by Juvia's Place. And I've been mixing 2 shades on my skin, which is the shades Brasilia and Dominica, which are 2 neutral foundation shades. They look just alike, but they're not alike on the skin. One's a little deeper than the other one, but I do like the color that it gives when used together. So we're just gonna apply a little bit, and I like this because it doesn't have that runny consistency when I'm doing my other shadows, especially when I'm in a rush. Not shadows, foundations, especially when I'm in a rush. It places so good. It's not like messy or anything like that. Then we're gonna apply the other shade, and it's the more lighter shade, and I know it's a lot, you know, but my makeup is on like all day, so I have to make sure I put enough on that last that I like. So I'm taking my Real Techniques Face Expert brush. We're gonna blend it out. And it's not heavy at all, but it gives a good coverage, but it's not heavy. I'm going to go around these brows and hope we don't mess them up, because this face is looking really good today, especially these brows. I haven't had a brow day like this in a very long time. So now we're going to blend it into our hairline lightly and blend the rest of the foundation and blend down our neck and our chin area. And I like to go down my neck, and I know I've said it like a couple of times, just to make sure my neck and my face is the same shade. And what I'm doing now is just making sure everything is buffed into my skin really good before we use the Beauty Blender to blend out any harshness from the brush, any streaks rather, not harshness. It's an eyelash or something. Any streaks from the brush. But I am going to apply just a little bit more of the shade Brasilia, which is the more lighter neutral shade, just in this area, because I like my coverage mainly like right here. Just add a little bit on my forehead, but I do like most of my coverage below my cheekbone area. And we're just going to blend. I like this coverage. And when I wore it yesterday, it wore pretty good all day. Like, I mean, really pretty good, really good all day. but I have not tried it with the powder on top of the moisturizers and stuff, because normally I would do that sometimes just to make sure I have that added coverage, and it's not it holds up longer from my pores and getting oily throughout the day. And it did pretty good yesterday with just the way I'm doing it now. So we're just gonna make sure it's blended really good one last time. And I think that should do it. So now we're going to take our beauty sponge and make sure everything is just blended like seamless, like I said, without the streaks from the brush. And we're just packing it and pressing it, not packing it, but pressing the foundation into the skin. And when these foundation sticks go on sale, I would definitely be purchasing more as backups, because I do like the formula and how it applies. And like I said, how it lasted on yesterday on my skin. So we're going to go around the brows again. And I'm really impressed with my brows today. I can't say that enough. I really do like them, because they haven't looked like this in a while. I'm always ranting about how horrible they look, because I don't really get them arched a lot because they're already like thin. So I normally get them shaped up, but I haven't done it in a very long time, either like a couple of months. So I try to shape them myself, because sometimes when they do it, they make them too thin. So I think I'm going to go in now. I'm not going to contour. We're just going to bronze and kind of highlight, so we can make this video as short as possible, because everybody don't want to go through that full routine every day. So we're going to just make it work that way. So with that, we are going to highlight though. Let's highlight first before I do that. We're going to highlight with the Juvia's Place concealers in the shades 17 and 20. And we're going to put 17 underneath. And then I like to just go around. And this shade is more of the shade of the foundation for the added coverage under my eyes. And then I'll lighten up with the shade number 20. So now we're going to take the shade 20 and apply a little bit more right on top of the shade number 17. We're going to let that sit for a couple of seconds. And while that's sitting, there's really nothing I can really do right now. I was going to say contouring, but I decided not to do that during this video. So what we can do while that's sitting, take our blender brush, I'm going to take the MAC one, and make sure our shadows is blended like really good. And we can go ahead and add a highlighted shade to the brow bone area. So the shade I want to add to the brow bone area today is going to be the MAC Whisper of Guilt. This was a holiday collection a couple of years ago when I purchased it. I do like the I used to use it all the time. I'm actually trying to find a brush. I used to use it all the time. It's a really nice subtle highlighter. So we're gonna go in with that's too bad. the Morphe M321 brush, and it's the little small pencil brush. And we're just going to take a little bit of the shadow. It's not shadow highlighter. I use them for shadows. You'll hear me saying shadow a lot. And then we're going to place it right under the brow bone area. And the same thing for the other eye. And I'm just going in the shape of my brow. That's like really pretty. I like that. So I want to add a little bit more right under this arch area of my brow. Concentrate most of it right there in that area. Okay, so we're going to wipe the brush off so we can blend the inner again and make sure that it is seamless. So now we're going to go back in with this MAC 224 brush just to make sure it's all blended together. So now we're going to start blending out this concealer. I'm going to start with our chin. Now sometimes I let it stay a little longer than this because I like how the it gives that added full coverage around my in the areas that I highlight. So we're gonna just keep it right here and around the mouth and our forehead area. Look at me about to mess up these brows. Done bragged on them, and I'm about to throw concealer all up in them. So now our eye area, we're gonna blend, starting with the nose, the side of the nose rather, and go out. I'm liking how I didn't apply too much of the bright concealer since I did not contour and drag on your eye. And since I did not contour, it doesn't look too white. And you want to lightly blend when you get under the eye area. Same thing for this side. And just blend. And then you want to start blending the rest of the concealer until you get under your eye area and lightly blend to place it. Because if you blend like really, really heavy, you're going to start cracking the concealer. Now that's just my opinion. So now we're ready to set under these eyes before we bronze up. And I'm just making sure all of my highlighted areas are blended seamless. So now I'm going to use the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder today, and it's in the shade Translucent. If I can get it open. Did any want to come out? This packaging is horrible. Okay, so I'll just put a little bit in the top. So I want to take my Juvia's Place. I love this brush, and I see it every time I use it, but I love this brush when I'm using powders under my eyes. So I'm going to take a little bit of the powder and and start to set. And you want to really lightly fluff under that eye area. But you want to start around the bone area under your eye where you place most of the shadow and drag the rest up under the eye lightly. And you can continue to do the lightness until you get the added coverage of powder that you want under your eye area. So we'll start in this area and then lightly go up under the eye area. Well, at least it smells like peaches. It smells really good. So I'm just making sure I place a good amount in the areas that I start to get oily in the most. And then my forehead area, and this is a really nice powder too. And then across our eyebrows. And I get really oily around where I shape my brows. It gets like really oily to the tail. So I have to make sure I apply powder on my brows. So let's apply a little bit more around our nose area, just because that's why I really oily it. I just talked about this in another video. When you apply so much, it gets like right in your eye. And I'm just lightly fluffing a little bit more for that added coverage under my eye area. So now we're going to start bronzing. And we're going to bronze with, just I like it's right to run, the Alamar. And we're going to take the, this Ace Beauty, I'm sorry, with the Alamar brush. And we're going to take all 4 shades. And I just want to just go up and down the palette and then just place it. And do the same thing for the other side. And then go up my temple with what's left and around my forehead area. And then I'm going to flick it in my hairline. Since it's like a deeper shade anyways. And just flick it. I think that's looking really good. So now we're going to, let's go ahead and carve out this area with our beauty blender. And what I like to do is take my translucent powder, and it's just air spun, and take the flat end of the beauty blender and carve out where I bronzed. Because although I didn't contour, you still can get that crisp look just by bronzing. And now let that sit, and we'll go ahead and apply some eyeliner to the eyes. And we are going to use my favorite, the Maybelline Define Line, and apply it on our lower lash line. I'm trying to apply a lighter layer because sometimes throughout the day it runs down, and I don't know how to stop that. If you guys know how to stop this liner from running throughout the day, let me know, because your girl does not have a clue. I'm not going to apply any shadows on my lower lash line, but I do look like it's trying to run right here already. This mascara kind of dropped down on my under eye. So now we're going to take the Essence Lash Princess mascara and coat our lower lashes. Well, let's coat the top lashes first, because I feel like the setting powder is sitting in on my lashes. It looks like powder just sitting on top of them. So now we're going to take the same lash mascara and apply a little bit on our lower lash line. And then go down with it. Okay, that's coming together. So now we're going to go back in with this little Morphe blending brush, and we're going to highlight our inner corner with the same MAC highlighter that we used under our brow bone, and just pop it right in the middle. I'm going to pack it first, because it wasn't doing when I tried to just swirl it in there. We're going to pack it. And I'm just blending it. So now I'm going to go back in with this MAC 224 brush. We're just going to make sure our shadows are blended in with our base makeup. And make sure your shadows are blended to your liking. So now I'm going to go back in with my Morphe pencil, just to make sure these brows are shaped how I want them. And I'm doing light strokes to kind of just make sure the shape on the outside is how I want it. This is perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go in with brow gel. And we're going to use the St. Luxe Brow Gel. You can use any type of brow gel. This is the only gel I can find right now in front of me. And we're going to apply the brow gel. I think that is beautiful. But I do want to kind of make sure these brows are kind of on the softer side at the front of my brows. So we are going to go in with the Real Techniques, just the double handled brush, and just flick lightly up in use the other side, inner corner, just to fade out the beginning of your brows. Well, they're not harsh. Okay. So I think that should pretty much do that. We're just going to add some blush and highlighter, and that'll wrap up this look. So I want to use the Blink Glow Getter Face Palette. This was my choice for the month of September with BoxyCharm. So I want to go ahead and use this blush because I have not used this palette. We're going to take the Aesthetica P12 brush, this big fluffy brush, and we're going to go in with the shade, let's keep it on a lighter mauve look type, but not mauve, but more lighter shade. So we're going to use the first two shades and place it on our cheeks. This brush is kind of deformed. I need to clean it. And the same thing for the other cheek, because I didn't want a more denser brush because I didn't want the pigmentation to be too pink and rosy, but I do like this softer pink. Okay, so that's placed like really good. So now we're going to go in with, I like to use this Juvia's Place brush that I use my setting powder with under my eyes, and we're going to use highlighter, and we're going to keep it on the softer side as well. So we're going to use the first shade, Empowered, as our highlighting shade today. And normally Blink products are like really intense. Ooh, that's pretty. It's not too bold, because normally they have some good products. I've received a few of them in previous BoxyCharms, and they have been really good. I'm going to go up around that brow area. But I'm liking how subtle it is, because I'm really was going for a more softer look this morning, and I think I have done that. Then our nose. I'm just blending that nose. We're going with the second shade. Okay, so okay, it's pretty. Okay, so I think that does it for that portion of the face. So now we're going to clean our lips. And I'm still using the same wipe I've been using the entire video. I don't believe in just switching up all these wipes if that one is still wet and usable. If it doesn't have a whole lot of dark shades on it, I'll continue to use it. So for our lip liner, I'm going to still keep it kind of on the softer side. I cannot find my favorite lip liner. So we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place. I think this is a nice lighter shade as well. It is like a mauve type shade. And this is Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Love Me. And we're going to line our lips. I think I'm going to go back in with one of my faves. My $2 gloss from H&M that I keep on talking about. I can't get away from. And it's this nudie type shade. I think that'll go perfect with today's look. I have to get some for these sinuses today because this is not going to work for me. And I thought allergy season was about over with. Crept back up on me. And then put my lashes on. Let's apply a little bit more. Okay. This is probably like the thickest gloss you'll ever see, but I like it. It's not that runny gloss though. That's why I like it. It sits in place. It's probably too much. I think it's cute though. So now our last and final step, we're going to set this face. Where is my setting spray? Okay, I found it. We're going to use this Make It Last by Milani. And we're going to set our entire face. And we're not going to wipe off the powder. And I saturate my face like really, really good. That's how I get away from that cake face. Then I like to go in with my sponge and pat in the setting powder. Not setting powder, setting spray. I gotta start filming early in the morning because I just say anything. But then that's the only time I really do get to film, so just bear with me. If I say the wrong thing, correct me and just don't hold it against me. So now we're going to go in with the blender. I like to spray my blender just to make sure I get the harsh line from the setting powder that I used to carve out my jawline. But I do want to go in with a little more bronzer because I feel like it's not as bronzed as I want, although it's beautiful. I'm going to go in with the Sonia Kashik bronzer. It's a luminous bronzer. It's in the shade Goddess. And we're going to take our Elamar brush and place it, most of it, right up here where you begin your bronzing and contouring it. I'll place most of it there and drag it down. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It gave me just the added bronzing that I was looking for. And just go up your temple a little bit and around your forehead. That is beautiful. So this is the final look. My hair is like crazy today. It's been crazy the last couple of days, but bear with me. Overall, I loved how this look turned out. Everything performed beautifully. The eyes are pretty. I like how they turned out as well. It's really, it is what I was looking for this morning. The more softer lavender eye look. So I think I achieved what I wanted to do this morning. I hope you guys enjoy the style of this video. And if you have not done so already, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.